Hi, Sassy Scrappers. This is Steph. Hey, I did this a minute ago and had it pointing towards me when I was talking. And then when I went to switch it, you can't do that anymore. I didn't know that while you're recording. So we're just going to look at my little rack that I'm going to talk about tonight. But sorry I'm so late. It's still Sassy Sunday, so I'm still good. But I had to watch my 49ers win tonight. Yay, go Brock. But this is what I want to talk about tonight. Now, we've talked about my tracker and my photo folders and some of that kind of stuff and how I organize my photos sometimes on my phone and stuff. But tonight I'm going to get into more with the working things. And this is my little cart. And when I take my cart to a crop, there's always people, oh, can I take a picture? Oh, I want to see what you're doing. So I wanted to show you guys and have it on a video, so if anybody wants to see it, they can. And this is just a small, this is the small size, so you can see it fits underneath my table of my desk. And it's just a small size, and I got it at Michael's. Okay, so it's nothing fancy, smancy, anything like that. It's just the regular small short carts. It's just 3-tiered, so there's not a whole lot of room on it, but there's a room to hold a lot of stuff. Okay, I also got the extra holders that just clip on over the edges, and I have 2 of these on this side with a pocket, and then on this side I just have 4 of the little individual cups. Okay, on this side I have 2 of the cups, one here and one down here, along with the wider ones here. Okay, then I have a bunch of these hooks. There's a hook there, and a hook here, and there's actually another hook down here, down there at the bottom. And then on this end, I also have hooks. There's one hook here, okay? Just have one, oh no, I have 2. There's another one down here. 2 hooks on this side as well. And I have my little broom. Some of you probably got a little broom and dustpan from Creative Memories at one time or the other. Now on these hooks, as you can see, I hook my cutting custom system. And I have them separated out by the kinds they are. You know, I have that one there. What was that one? That one's my squares down there on the bottom. And then I have my ovals and my circles and my gem tones over on this side. So, and you can double up on these. You don't have to have one for each one if you've got something else to hang. But now when I do transport this, when I go to crops, I do pull those off and just stick them on one of the baskets just to hold them. So they don't fall off and get lost or something. But they do stay there otherwise. And then I can just grab them quickly. Okay, I'm going to start the bottom, okay? On the bottom, and this is the hardest one to get to, so I don't, you know, put a whole lot down here, but I have my earphones in case I want to listen to music or watch TV or something when I'm at a crop. I have my border maker cartridge system here. I have my circle cutter down here, and I have my bows and envelope maker, and those go down there. I actually even have, I think it's about gone though, some of my undo down here as well. So those just kind of get laid in there. And that's what I have in the bottom. Okay, so easy peasy. Okay, the next row, and actually the next row is probably harder to get to because I have these little racks on each side. But on this rack, here's all my scissors. I have my files and the bone cutter. And then I have some Cricut tools. I have my multi-purpose tools. I have, you know, a chalking pen there. I have a brush. These are my tweezers. I also have, which actually usually this thing is in this one beside it. Can't get it out. It's my little, box cutter thing. That usually goes right in here. So the stuff's all, you know, kind of where I can see it. There's a pencil to mark on the pictures and stuff. Okay, so that's what's in this one. And then here I have my extra duty tape runner on a regular tape runner and a vellum tape runner. And then I just have a little notebook back in there. Then over here, I'm going to pull this off so you can kind of see. And here's just odds and ends. I've got some another thing for wiping off my photos. I've got a couple of those actually. I have some Scotch tape in case I need that. This is my 30-degree guide. Have a little bit of just blue tape, and I kind of used that along with some mint tape for my stencils, but now Creative Memories is coming out with their own, so I can get rid of that and put the other tape in here. I have a silicone mat, and again, I don't use that a whole lot anymore due to the craft mat that I use all the time. I have some glue dots back in here that I got at Schaumburg one time, because I use those to put my cardstock and stuff down on my 13 by 13 mat to hold it in place. I just use a couple of the little glue dots. I got my gum. I got some dry lube in there in case I need it. I got a little tape measure. These are the old tape measures. Got that in there. Just odds and ends. I don't know what else. Got some few little tiny post-it notes back there, I guess. And that's basically what's on that rack, okay? So, then let's come back over here. And on the top, these are just all pins and stuff. You know, here's my pencils. Usually I keep those right here in a pen. I keep some markers in here. I have a highlighter. I have one of our 5, whatever pens. My pickup sticks in here, and my precision tip glue is in here. And again, just a few little brushes and stuff right there. On this one, I have my repo tape, a few post-it notes back here, and of course this is our sticker powder. Okay, now let's flip back over to the other side and we'll go through these boxes. And this one I just have my cutting blades, cutting custom system blades. Easy to get to, quick, no problem. And here I have my corner rounder. I also have a little scraper and my distressing tool. This is my cap. There's even a toothpick thing here. My cap for my big adhesive thing, although I don't put it back on. I just leave it in there. But that's what's in there. Down here I have my punch. And then this, to tell you the truth, I don't use it much. I saw somebody use it and thought it would really be cool. But it's kind of a punch, and it does the holes like you can see there. It's a little bit different so that if you need to put it in the strap, you know, hinge strap thing, you can do something different, put in there. But to tell you the truth, I haven't used it hardly at all, if I ever have. And this one, I've got another cloth here to wipe my pictures with, a few more post-it notes. I kind of got those all over, don't I? This is for my square, although I don't use that anymore. I use my phone. And these are just some small templates that I have for, like, if I need to put down some writing or something in here, and my little book. Okay, so then top shelf. I keep a lot on my top shelf because it's extremely handy. At the very back here, I have my tray. So if I need my tray for anything, it just pops out. And I don't know what I just did because it's not there. Popping back in, okay? So I have my... And then I have several of these 5x7. How many do I got? 2, 4, 6 of them, I guess. Of these 5x7 little boxes, okay? And I'll tell you what's in there in a little bit, what's in each one of those. Okay, here I have my large tape, my jumbo tape runner. Now, I only have one because I didn't get the second one before they ran out. So I'm going to have to rearrange a few things here, somewhere or the other, so that I can get both my jumbo repo and my jumbo regular in here. But this is where it just you know, sits right in there right like that now. So I'll have to move a few things and get my other one in here too. I also have a little tote here where I keep a whole bunch of the little, whatever you call them, you know what I mean, clips. Binder clips, that's what they are. I keep in some adhesive dots. Here again, that's the same thing as the dots down there in the machine that I have. These are a few corners I just keep in here. Rolling the rolls of foam tape. I love the foam tape. I have a full roll there that I got before it ran out. And then this is what I have left over of the thick foam tape. Now they're coming out with the thin, so I definitely will get some of that because I like the foam tape for, you know, long stickers and stuff. It makes it so much easier to put on. I also have some photo tape here in case I want to do those pages where you know, make a fold out to make like 3 pages in a row. The red tape is kind of the same type of thing. I have 2 of those, different sized of those. Also good for when you, and here's the Creative Memories version of that. Also good for when you have a picture or a page that you want to stick down really tight and you're having some problems with that, okay? And again, here's some more adhesive dots. So I got those before they were all gone too. So I can easily, you know, take out one of these, maybe take out some of my foam tape or something like that and make room for that other dispenser when I get that. I'll probably stick one of these down in the bottom or something. And then I also put my some of my rulers over here. I have a 0 centering ruler, a regular one, and then of the wide ones, and then I just have a regular small clear one there as well. Okay, so then in my containers here, I even have a penny down there. How about that? I'm going to start from the back, okay? And these, I don't really have an order for these. They just kind of go back in wherever they go back in. So I'm going to take this one out. Okay, so first of all, I have my dot pins. All my dot pins are in one. So I've got it quick and handy to get my dot pins. Then in the next one, I guess I don't have this one labeled. I have, they're all falling. I have my shimmer and my micro tip pens. Okay, so there's all my shimmers are in there, and I have some micro tip ones in there too. And then in this one, I have, it's just labeled pins, but those are all the dual tip ones that I have. So my dual tip pins are in there. So I have 3 things of pens. So they're just quick and handy right on top if I want to make some dots on something that's right there or whatever. Okay, then I have another one that I have all of my foam squares in, and I keep foam squares in here, and I also keep my journaling strips. I think I just have white and black in here, but so my journaling strips and my foam squares go in here. And then I have one that has what I call layering shapes, okay? And this is just different. I'm getting kind of low on these now, but they're just different shapes. A lot of times they're round or oval or square with a decorative edge or something on them. And I put these under, there you see a round one up there. I put these under embellishment clusters. When I have embellishment clusters, when I want to separate that embellishment cluster a little bit from the paper or from the picture or something that it's right there on. And this will just give you a little bit of a break between that, so your embellishment cluster kind of sticks out away from the paper, especially if you have like real patterned or bright paper, real, you know, with a pattern in it, then these will help with that. You can also take your inks and kind of go around the edges too, and that helps sometimes too. So that's my layering shapes. And then this one's just junk. This is a little bit of everything. I have a magnifying glass in there. I have the forget what they call those, but I have one of those in there. Another one of the scrapers. Another rag for wiping your pictures off. I have in there some dental floss if you have trouble getting pictures off things sometimes. But just kind of odds and ends, some rubber bands. There I have a couple of these foam things, although don't use them much now that we have our new brushes and stuff. But just some odds and ends in there, okay? And then, like I said, I've got my tapes and stuff up here. Whoops, dropped something. And then my box here. And see if I can get all this back in. Probably can't get it back in the way I had it. These were in here. And like I said, I'll probably take one of these boxes and put down here because it's not going to fit anyway. But just kind of get them organized up in here. And my small tapes up here. And then I had... something's not quite the same, but put this over here. And then I had my gun, caught my gun right there. So anyway, maybe not exactly how I had it before, but kind of like that. But you can adjust everything that I need. You know, my scissors, my, rulers, my pencils, my cutting system, everything is right here. And so I keep that right to the right of me when I'm sitting behind my desk. It's all right here. My all-purpose tool, my lifter stick, my, all that stuff. It's just right here, easy to grab, easy to get to. If I need something on this side, I just pull it over here and grab from the other side. So very easy to use, and I just love that it's all right here. Now again, like I said, I take this to crops. I just lift, take these outside things off. I just lift it up, put it in my car. Usually I kind of squeeze it in between some bags or something like that so it doesn't tip over. And then I put it down, and then I just roll it in, or I lift it up and carry it in. Now, my wheels are getting a little weak. I've had it for a while, and I think I've put it over some pretty rough terrain. So my wheels aren't as good as they were initially. So, I may have to replace it here before too long. But I've had it for a couple, 2 or 3 years now, and really, really like my little cart. So if you're interested or you want to know more about my little cart, please let me know. And like I said, I just got it at Michael's, and I got all of these extra things at Michael's as well. And I've really, really enjoyed it. So I hope that gives you some ideas, and I hope you enjoy it too. And stay sassy. Bye-bye.